Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. I don't know why I said A Realm Reborn. In the last parts, we headed off back to, well, first, two things happened. We learned that there's a traitor amongst the grand companies, someone by the name of Ivy. So we did some research into that. We also headed back to the Snowy Alps to track down more heretics, where we went into the Snowcloak dungeon where we came face to face with Iceheart herself. She got away, so let's see what's next. Alpha Node. Oh, there's Mephilia. Oh. And Descendant, you came to us straight from the archives of House Four Toms. I trust your time here that it proved fruitful. Would that it had. Uriandra and I scoured countless texts and have found what we found. Oops, shit. Accounts of Sheila's life and deeds are sparse and contradictory, only agreeing upon one point. She lay down with the dragon, the gravest of all sins according to the Asgardian faith. Yet in the eyes of Iceheart's followers, this was a holy act, the blessed union of man and woman. Fun fact, this is how Alras were made. How such a thing could even be possible is quite another question. Suffice it to say, I very much doubt that we will find a useful answer in the archives of House Four Toms. Much knowledge has been lost over the centuries, though in this case, one wonders if it is by circumstance or design. You said that Iceheart took a moment to plead her case prior to escaping, did she not? Viewed without prejudice, most would agree that bringing an end to an endless war serves the greater good. I think Sir Aymeric might take issue with her methods. Aymeric. I do not care if a few stragglers manage to escape. Until the sappers confirm that a tunnel is safe, the men are not to search it. Yes, my Lord Commander. You pursue your foes with less zeal than I expected, Sir Aymeric. Aymeric. It's hard to say. Is it Aymeric or is it Aymeric? Unless you misunderstand, I do not deny that our enemy has given us a good reason to be prudent. I merely meant, you being a man of faith, that I had expected a certain single-mindedness. After all, was it not by the will of Halone that your ancestors came to this land, while they took up arms against the Dravanians? What would they have done in your position, I wonder? There are those who believe that faith is a renunciation of free will, that unquestioning devotion is required of all who would live a life to serve the Fury. So righteous fervor may well serve a knight on the front line, less so a leader of man. We are all at liberty to interpret the scriptures as we will. I choose to believe that the Fury would value the lives of her followers over the deaths of her enemies. But I would not presume to speak for the Knights of Eld. It was a different time, nay, a different era, and the scriptures tell us only so much. Would that have told us more? That man is awfully pragmatic for a servant of the Holy See. A welcome trait at the negotiating table, to be sure, less so when one's enemies are making ready to harness the power of a god. Mayhap he does not truly believe that Iceheart's plan can succeed. Truth be told, I too remain somewhat skeptical. Shiva was real, a living, breathing woman. Of that there can be no doubt. In this respect, she differs from every other figure to have been summoned, each of whom was worshipped as a god. The sole exception being good King Moggle XII, the myth made manifest in response to the fervent supplications of the Moggle's Guard. Saint Shiva may differ, but what of the heretics? They are a tribe of outcasts at war with a mighty nation who yearn for the resurrection of the one who embodies their beliefs. If that is not placing one's faith in a higher power, then what is? Crystals and convictions, Mephilia. They have them both in abundance. Can that truly be all that is required? My survey team has concluded a preliminary analysis of the aetheroid Iceheart used to escape. They believe that she teleported to another aetheroid somewhere not far to the west. Despite the apparent proximity of the second aetheroid, however, they have been wholly unable to detect its presence directly. Unless Iceheart has some means to mask its signal, I can only presume that she had it destroyed to prevent us from following her. Without the means to teleport as she did, we have no choice but to search an alternate route. Most likely a tunnel, assuming one exists. Let's not give up on teleportation just yet. One of our colleagues in Charlene may be able to assist us. I pray that you're right. I dare not think how long it will take us to serve the entire tunnel system. Alright, we gotta get some expert help here. No, this cutscene's still not over. While Manipulator looks into our aetheroid problem, I would like to request your assistance with another matter. The third unit is currently tracking the remnants of the heretic forest which attacked us. However, the search goes poorly despite our numbers. Gorthus is vast, and Iceheart's followers know the terrain far better than we. Your knowledge of this region may serve to hasten the process. The sooner we capture Iceheart's followers, the sooner we can press them for the leader's whereabouts. Also, though it is admittedly a selfish request, I feel my braves would benefit immensely from working alongside you. While we have our share of veterans, we also have more than less experienced recruits, many of whom look up to you, in case you're not aware. Fine. I'll be a role model. Good. I knew you would understand. Yu Hase can apprise you of the details. When the task is complete, come and find me at the observatorium. Captain Ilbert and I are meeting there to discuss the latest developments in his investigation. The Temple Knights shall hold Snowcloak in our presence, or in our absence. Let us lead them to their work, and ours is more pressing. Alright, now the cutscene's over. Yu Hase, what do you have for me to do? There you are, Cecil. Commander Lavalier instructed me to wait for you. Your assistance is most welcome, believe me. Most of the third hail from Old Eye, and for a man accustomed to the feel of sand beneath his boots, the crunch of snow can be rather disconcerting. But to the matter at hand. Nary a moment ago I received word that the heretics we seek have been spotted and making for Donovan Pass. My braves are already in pursuit, and I should be grateful if you would join them. I myself shall be taking part in the hunt. Never let it be said that I do not earn my coin. Alright. Donovan Pass, huh? Down we go. Hey, little chinchilla. What's going on with you? Dolls, balls, my ankle's on fire. Caught my boot on a rock and something and twisted it as I fell. The others went on ahead through Donovan Pass. Hurry, you might catch them. If you're unsure where to go, look for tracks. The snow is fresh, so it shouldn't be too hard to find. Uh-oh. A twisted foot is gonna get you. God, they went far. Holy shit, dude. It's on the other side of the mountain. All right. The tracks lead southeast. I see you standing alone. Scion, what are you doing here? The heretics? I'm not sure. There was a great scaled beast in Yurahaze. I think he went east on his own. The heretics split up, so we did too. God, Yurahaze moved fast too. He just left me. Uh-oh. You guys is in trouble. Skull sodding blue coats. A little late on that, buddy. How embarrassing. I was so intent on following the heretic's track that I almost failed to notice that they had doubled back. Almost, mind you. One tried to sneak up on me and got a knife in the gut for his troubles. Thought I thought myself alone, so I checked searching the dead man's knapsack for anything of interest. And lo and behold, before his friends found me, I came upon this. What'd you get? Piece of paper? Withdraw in groups with 3 or less to the observatorium. Give the signal and wait. The merchant will be watching. Be late or be left for dead. Speaks for itself, does it not? That can't possibly mean to rendezvous inside the place, so we should restrict our search to the surrounding areas. Let me rephrase that. You should restrict your search to the wilderness while around the observatorium. I'll need more than a moment's rest to recover from these wounds. Sure. Man, I guess I can understand. This guy can't decide if he wants to sit down, crouch in pain, or stand like that. Sits down like he's, No. I'm just not gonna say anymore. Okay. Sir, you look very suspicious. I am through listening to your excuses. Will you leave now? How? The woods are crawling with those blue coats, and the knights are searching for every wagon and pass through the gates. Well, stay with her then. I think then stay with her then if you think you'll fare any better. Oh, now, there's no need for that. There are places like this in my homeland, sacred snow-capped peaks where blood must not be shed. Oh, Dugiri. Yeah, your lands are ever thirst with the blood of the fallen, and by your deeds it has drunk deep. No, I've done no wrong. None but me is in secret with heretics. Deny it all you will, we shall have the truth from you yet. Inquisitors are not the only ones skilled in the art of interrogation. Damn it all! Snow peaks in her land. I don't remember seeing any snow-peaked areas in anywhere around the Stormblood areas, honestly. Fancy meeting you here, Cecilla. I presume your work with the Third brought you hither. What a tangled web. Lest you wonder, we came not for the heretics, but for the merchant who has been conspiring with them. He came to our attention during the course of our investigation into the Ivy. It beggars belief, I know, but it seems our favorite Garlean spy may have been providing assistance to Iceheart. Were it not for the efforts of Lady Ugiri and her shinobi, we might never have discovered this connection. Master Alphino is too kind. I fear my people and I have done little to aid your search for the spy. We long to strike back against the Empire and weaken their influence in this land, to prevent the tragedy which befell Domo from reoccurring. The days ahead and the work they promise will require a very particular set of skills. Skills which I am fortunate to possess. If you allow it, I will accompany you until the investigation is complete. That is the most generous offer, Lady Ugiri, and one which I gladly accept. Thank you. Though I may disappear for a time, know that I shall never be far and shall always be watching. A comforting thought. Come, Cecilla, let us wait inside for Captain Ilbert to return and deliver his report. Alright. Time to get out of this cold! I didn't take the picture off, I'm sorry. You know what? Why am I walking? I can just fly over there, make it easier for myself. Captain Ilbert seemed confident that the merchant's resolve would swiftly crumble and impressed. If so, we should have new information ere long. As to whether it will bring us any closer to learning the Ivy's identity, I would rather not say. Given our adversary's cunning, I shall consider us fortunate if we are spared another wild dodo chase. The gods know we had more than enough to occupy our time as it is. Alright, what do you got, buddy? Captain Ilbert, your report, if you will. Aye, Commander. Firstly, with regard to the heretic we captured, I regret to say that the man could tell us not that we did not already know of Shiva. We have since handed him over to the Ishgardian authorities. Henceforth, the Holy See will pursue the matter independently. Our inquiries concerning the Ivy, however, have proven far more fruitful. We have ascertained the channel by which the heretics acquired their information on the shipment routes. Go on. You will recall the flame we first identified as being the Ivy's employ. From him, we were able to trace a trail of conspirators, each taking us closer to his master. Alas, the trail came to an abrupt end. Fearing that the investigation had been compromised, we took the necessary step to detain all suspected of conspiracy. There were 5 on our list, including a flame stationed at Revenant's Toll. The man's primary duty was to keep an inventory of donations from abroad, the particulars of which he would share with benefactors, thereby ensuring that needs did not go unfulfilled. By virtue of his role, he was privy to the details of all shipments bound for the settlement. Needless to say, that included those originating from House Fortoms. He knew that the precise route the caravan would take, and he sold that information to a merchant. I think I can guess which one. None other. With a little encouragement, he soon confessed to knowingly aiding and abetting the heretics. Well, that is one mystery solved at least, but what of the Ivy? Are we any closer to prizing off his mask? I dare say we are, Commander. Our relentless pursuit has forced him to commit a grave error. In a desperate bid to cover his tracks, the Ivy resorted to exercising a certain administrative powers available only to high-ranked members of the Immortal Flames. If you consider then that our investigation is known to barely a handful of them, the field of suspects is greatly narrowed. You mean to say the agent is among Raubon's innermost circle? Someone has been with him since the Immortal Flames establishment? 'Tis the most plausible explanation. The infiltration likely occurred during the company's founding, with the groundwork for the act being laid beforehand. To slip into the position of authority unremarked and remain above suspicion all these years. Aye, I too was surprised, though I really should not have been. Of the 3 grand companies, Old Oz was ever the more vulnerable to infiltration. Both Limsa Lomensa and Gerdani had long-standing armed forces that lent themselves well to the formation of the Maelstrom and the Order of the Twin Adder. To all intents and purposes, it was the same people, loyal ones mind, under the same leadership, only the battle was different. Not so the Flames. Old Oz's military was made up of disparate orders, most of which were glorified mercenary companies that answered only to their own paymasters. Hardly an ideal environment to which to establish something as high-minded as a grand company. The difficulties Raubon faced when founding the Immortal Flames are all well known. Even after he had convinced his fellow syndicate members to share the cost, there remained the small matter of finding enough bodies to fill the ranks. Indeed, and given the pressing nature of the Imperial threat, that meant recruiting every passing sellsword. Amidst the chaos... Oh, okay. Amidst the chaos of its founding, it would have been child's play to infiltrate the company. A good deal easier than now, The Immortal Flames have ever been caught between conflicting interests, the public and the private. Though the Monetarists ultimately agreed to support the organization's founding, 'twas not out of charity that they did so, but simple self-preservation. Had Niall von Darnus' ambitions been any less apocalyptic, you may be sure that they would never have risked supplying Raubon with an army. 'Tis but a wonder they did not attempt to extinguish the flames the moment the danger had passed. Return to the present. Even as we speak, our Doman allies are shadowing several high-ranking flames, any of whom could be the Ivy. Desiring a deal blow against the Empire, the refugees were eager to lend their aid. I expect to hear from them ere long. Very good. Pray continue your investigation with the first. Meanwhile, have the second attend to the unrest. The third can join the fourth in inspecting crystal shipments. If you notice anything unusual, I want to know about it. If Shiva is summoned in like manner to the primals, the heretics will be looking for further supplies. Understood, Commander. I shall send word to Sir Amaric, informing him of our success in identifying the heretics and betters. Hopefully the information will be of some use to these guardians. It is time, Commander. Yes, I'm aware. An emergency council of the Alliance leadership has been called. There have been developments in Garlemald, it would seem. As Commander of the Crystal Braves, my presence has been requested. I would have you accompany me, Cecilla. As the realm's stoutest champion, 'tis only meet that you be present for the discussion. Oh, and the Descendant has already given her consent, lest you worry. Oh, I gotta go back into politics. No! If I must. Like me, you are doubtless eager to conclude our business with Iceheart, but until the path to her sanctum is found, she shall remain beyond our reach. Minfilia and the Archons are sparing no effort to securing an alternate route. Until such time as they succeed, I suggest we give some thought to the realm's other problems. I shall go on ahead to Gridania in readiness for the coming council. Meet me at Nofiko's altar and we shall make our way to the Lotus Stand together. Okay. Okay, I can do that. That's an easy thing. Alright. Away to the Conjurer's Guild. My thanks for coming, Cecilla. When you are ready to speak with the Conjurer yonder, and she'll show us to the Lotus Stand. The Alliance leaders will await you at the Lotus Stand. Will you be joining them now? Sure. Alright, what's happening here?
本日集まっていただいたのは他でもありません。
帝国内の次期皇帝争いを発端とする内乱が終結したとの話は聞いている。カヌエ殿、これに関することか。
先頃ガレマール帝国皇帝ソルゾス・ガルバスが崩御しました。
何
？Oh boy. Who is it?
ガレマール帝国はソル帝が一代で築き上げた国家。共和制だった同国を帝政に転換させ、世界に覇を唱える強国に押し上げたのは彼の軍隊と指導力があればこそ。
だがそのソルテーも弱い80を超え病床に伏していた。
Well, that was rude.
跡継ぎをめぐる内乱が起きたのもそれゆえと聞いていたが。
This guy looks real pleasant. I just want to add.
ソルテーの長男はすでに死去していたな。この皇太子の死が帝位争いを複雑化させていたという。
ええ、2名の有力候補が台頭し、帝国は内乱状態に突入。結果的にソル帝の孫にあたる大将軍バリスイエー・ガルバスがこれを制しました。
ソル帝が崩御したとなれば、もはやバリスの体感を阻む者はいない。新皇帝バリス・ゾス・ガルバスの誕生か。
次期皇帝が決まったとは言っても、いまだに帝国内は不穏な空気に包まれている様子。しばらくは新皇帝も体制固めに時間を費やすでしょう。
とはいえ、新しい指導者を得れば帝国の支配体制は盤石となる。未だこの地に残留する第14軍団、加えて属州となったアラミゴは要塞化が進んでいるという。奴らが本腰を入れて攻めてきたら、
とても静観していられる状況ではない。
帝国が動けば神々に愛されし地エオルゼアは再び戦の炎に包まれましょう。各国の主我が招いたアウトロー戦区の件も含め、我々が揉めている場合ではないのです。三国のみならず山の都イシュガルドを加え、真のエオルゼア同盟を実現せねばなりません。そのためにも皆々様にはご協力を願いたいのです。
すぐにではないとはいえ、帝国の脅威が迫っている。我々に残された時間はそう多くはないだろう。何としてもイシュガルドの門を開け、エオルゼアを一つにしなければならない。そしてそれができるのは主義や思想にとらわれず自由に行動できる私たちだけだ。そのためにクリスタルブレイブを設立したのだから。ここから先帝国に隙を見せるわけにはいかないな。早急に密偵の件を解決しなくては。
We'll find him eventually. Eventually being the key word. Though none have escaped from notice that the nations of Eorzea are no nearer to being of one purpose, despite their protestations to the contrary. Plainly, the threat of a resurgent Garlemald is not stable enough to stir them. And the reason for this? Deep-rooted mistrust amongst the citizenry. The nation's leaders can come to all understandings they like, but their unity means little unless to the common folk. Take the Luminsons, for instance. Though Admiral Merylweb outlawed piracy over a decade ago, foreigners still picture the nation as a haven for gourd-swilling and wooden-legged cutthroats. And likewise, the Gridanians are mocked as hermits who talk to the trees, and the Ildans are scorned as swindlers who worship coin. Not that much sentiments are entirely without grounds, of course. Take that pillar of Uldan society to Adelegias, for example. But that is beside the point. The fact is that people are very wary of outsiders, whether they have cause to be or not. On that basis, one could argue that the conflict at Cartnew is a necessary evil. Each nation has its own warmongering faction that advocates the acquisition of Omega. In order to placate them, we present them something resembling warfare, and thereby curb their appetite for full-scale conflict. But enough idle musing. Let us speak of a more pressing matter, the Ivy. Since we spoke of the Observatorium, Captain Ilbert has further shortened his list of subjects, and by happy coincidence, the one he deems the most likely candidate has lately come to Gridania. The hunt nears its end, Sisla. All that remains is to corner our quarry. Seek out Ilbert near the Adder's Nest and he'll give you the particulars. Should there be any developments in Corthus, you may be sure that I will be sending word without delay. In the meantime, I wish you success in apprehending the Ivy. Alright. Alright, Ilbert. My thanks for coming, Scion. Doubtless the commander has informed you, but we have unmasked the Ivy. From this point on, we must proceed with extreme caution. Ooh, who is it? That Flame Marshal right there? Listen well, the spy we have been seeking all this time is none other than Flame Marshal Eileen Ryle, Robon's second in command. Uh-oh. Prior to joining the Immortal Flames, she was a mercenary of a small renown. They say her skill with the polearm had been seen to be relieved. Of Ishgardian birth, she is the highest ranked foreigner in the Immortal Flames, barring the Flame General himself, of course. When he informed the Grand Company, Robon chose people based on their worth, whence they held was of no interest. The Monotera saw things differently, however. Having funded the enterprise, they reserved the right to reject candidates nominated for high-ranking positions. And 'twas no secret they did not favor foreigners, Ishgardians especially, and after their way held the Holy See forsook the alliance. Yet the Monoteras did not raise so much as a murmur of protest when Royale was appointed to her post. Passing strange, is it not? Could it be? I fucking have... Whoa. But these revelations are secondary to our current mission. Of foremost interest to us is Royale's presence here now. As you may be aware, it is the duty of the Flame Marshal to command the Immortal Flames in the absence of the Flame General. While Robon attended the Council of Alliance Leaders, she should have remained in the Hall of Flames. The woman has no business in Gridania, yet here she is nonetheless, and on some pretense. She's up to something, mark my words. Even as we speak, I have a dozen men throng the Flames records. Which brings me to the plan. I have people watching the city gates, and the airship landing, and the docks. Every point of egress. She cannot leave without her knowing. All that remains is to shadow her until she portrays her true purpose. Can I rely upon your eyes, Scion? Yeah, my thanks. Let us go then and take care not to alert our quarry. Alright. Royale is headed in the direction of the Blue Badger Gate. With me, Scion. So Royale entered the Caroline Canopy. Means someone perchance, or could it be she means to board an airship. Probably look for her within. If she's not on the upper floor, try the landing area below. One of mine is stationed there, and she may have seen something. Ephemy is her name. I shall remain here in case Royale reappears. Royale. So Slorai, such an unexpected pleasure. What brings you here? Social visit, you say? How pleasant! No, she did not come this way. I've noted every passenger and none bore any resemblance. Well, don't let me keep you. She's not here, guy. Got any other ideas? Nowhere to be seen, you say? And you're sure she did not board an airship? She did not come back out either. Where in the Seven Hells could she have gone? The roost, how could I forget? Greetings, good sir. Might I introduce you to some Muntui tonic? A cup a day imbues a man with great vigor, if you take my meaning. Perhaps another time, friend. Wait, that necklace. You're a shinobi of Doma. The woman you seek has left Gridania by way of West Shore Pier. She was attired as a merchant, but these eyes aren't so easily deceived. You may wish to take your search to the East Shroud. Rest assured that we shall continue to support you from the shadows. Oh, clever! Thank the 12 for the Domans. Were it not for their unique talents, Royale would have disappeared without a trace. Our hunt leads us to the East Shroud, Scion. I suggest we follow Royale as an example and take the ferry to West Shore Pier. Her doubtless wish to make certain preparations. See to them while I go on ahead. I shall wait for you at Sweet Bloom Pier. Alright. Too far away? Bullshit. Alright. Ramari. Roma. I need your boat. Boat services. Take me away. Alright. Where's our quarry? This one, my friends. Your quarry makes to the Hawthorne Hut. If Royale is the truly one we seek, I expect that she means to make contact with her Garlean masters there. An explanation is in order. You are no doubt aware that the Garleans have their own method of communicating over great distances. Well, our genius friends at Garland Ironworks have provided us with devices which disrupt these communications. We have them installed around the city-states. In doing so, we have made it difficult for the Imperial agents to correspond with their masters. Royale would thus have no choice but to rendezvous with her Imperial contact directly. Yet, as a well-known face in the Immortal Flame, she cannot move about that land without being recognized. It would be only a matter of time before someone saw through her disguise. It is for this reason, I believe, that she has chosen the Black Shroud for her clandestine meeting. The Elves are a common sight here, and her coming and goings are not like to turn any heads. As my scout tells it, the Garleans have sent agents for the mind to destroy the devices to render each direct contact unnecessary. Fortunately, our shinobi have thus been successful in rebuffing their efforts. This is it. We need only make for Hawthorne's Hut and catch Royale in the act. Royale. Alright, off we go. Picture! My people report that our quarry has departed for the Bramble Patch. The Ivy returns to the Gnarls which she came, but perhaps it is all for the better. To convict someone for standing, she will require damning evidence against her. What could be better than to catch her abiding with the Garleans, something like that. My countryman and I shall lie in wait in the shadows. Tread warily, my friends. You can't get away from me! Just beyond, Royale is in conversation with an individual clad in the manner of an adventurer. An Imperial intermediary, no doubt. This is it. With me! Flame Marshal Elaine Royale, you are under arrest for treason and espionage. You were followed, you bloody fool. Damnation. Got nowhere to go. You are unarmed, my lady, and scarcely got for battle. But if you wish to fight, you are truly welcome to try. What is the meaning of this, Captain? Would you arrest me for stolen the Tweleswood? When I last looked, that was no crime, and now I was conversing with passing strangers. You would feign ignorance then? Very well. If you do think of something to say, there will be plenty of time to say it later. Now, come quietly, or I shall make you wish you had. I'll offer no struggle after all. I will offer you no struggle. After all, I have naught to hide. Busted! Even a warrior royale's renown could not have hoped to escape by force. Despite her claims, her surrender does not bespeak innocence, but an awareness of her position is untenable. With the ivy thus uprooted, it is to be hoped that the tendrils she entwined around the immortal flames will gradually wither and die. Yet the people of Uldal have the grand company they deserve. But let us speak of the present. If I may ask, what will you do now, Cecilla? So the silent seek away into Iceheart's sanctum. Then I dare say you're eager to return to the Rising Stones. Pray do not let me keep you. Fear not, my countrymen and I shall attend to the aftermath. You need not waste your talents here. And speaking of talents, have you considered training in the art of the shinobi? You have the aptitude for it, I believe, so please give it some thought. Till next time, my friend. So, here's a fun little thing about unlocking other jobs. When you unlock other jobs, it changes some of the dialogue. Like, I'm sure her dialogue right then and there would have been different if she asked me about if I wanted to be a shinobi. If I had unlocked ninja, I think it would have been different. If you've unlocked dragoon and met up with the associating character for that side quest, which will become an important character as you go through the story. Overall, their dialogue will obviously change, not just for the side quests for the dragoon, but for the overall story. So it's interesting how a certain dialogue changes depending on what class or what jobs you've unlocked. Anthelia! Welcome back, Cecilla. I understand that Alpina had a task for you. May I ask what it was? Charges of treason and espionage against Elaine Royale? I can scarce believe it. Could there not have been some manner of misunderstanding? No, it avails us not to dwell on it. Whatever the truth may be, we must trust the authorities to uncover it. Let us speak of another matter. I'm pleased to report that we have made progress in our efforts to find a way into Iceheart's sanctum. Ooh, what you got? What you find? As you may recall, Iceheart used the Aetherite in the depths of Snowcliff to teleport a short distance to the west, most likely to a sanctuary of some description. It is there that we suspect she means to summon Shiva using the crystals she stole from the House Fortom's caravan. The heretics believe that they are bringing about the second coming of their patron saint. But if, as we suspect, they mean to hold a summoning ritual of the kind employed by the beast tribes, it means that likely the result will be something more akin to a primal. Suffice it to say, they must be stopped, and stop them we shall. But first we must surmount the obstacle that Iceheart has placed in our path. Ordinarily, it would be a simple matter of tap into the established Ethernet and thereby follow the quarry. However, despite our best efforts, we have been unable to ascertain the position of the Aetheryte to which she teleported. Our prevailing theory is that she destroyed the second Aetheryte upon arrival, a reckless and desperate measure, but also an effective one. After discussing the matter at length with the Urianger, we've concluded that we lack the expertise to develop a solution. Which is why we have called upon the aid of one who does possess such expertise, a colleague of ours who is currently en route to evidence told from Charlian. She should be arriving within the hour, in fact. Since you're here, mayhap we can welcome her together. I'm certain that she would appreciate the gesture. Let us make our way to the northern gates and await her coming. Alright, who is it? Who is it, I wonder? Surprise guests! Alright, I need to go over there. Who's it gonna be? It's funny, this thing is actually a mount, the thing that he's riding.
あんたが暁のミンフィリアかい？
ええ、私です。ようこそレブナンツトールへ。
なに、幼なじみの頼みとあっちゃ断れないさ。
彼女はムーンブリダさん、ウリエンジェさんの友人でエーテライト技術の権威でもあるシャーレアンの賢人よ。そして何より私たちが進めていたアシエンの魂を捉える檻、白成績の共同研究者でもあるの。
よろしくな。
All right. Nice. Let us return to the Rising Stones at once. We have much to discuss. Got Totaro juggling.
Hi, よいだ、久しぶりじゃないか。
あら、イダに知り合いがいただなんて意外ね。どういうこと？私だってパパリモの他にも友達くらいいるよ。
僕がいつ友達になったんだ。
みんな揃ったわね。では改めて紹介します。彼女はムーンブリダさん。今回シャーレアン本国から足を運んでもらったわ。ムーンブリダさんには白成績の試作品を持ってきてもらったの。本来はシャーレアン本国で研究を続けてもらう予定だったけれど、彼女はエーテライト技術の権威、先の芝の件もあり、急ぎ合流してもらったの。
この魔器は未完成だが、残すところは最終調整だけだ。どのみち最後はエオルゼアのエーテルに合わせて仕上げようと思っていたからね。いい機会だったよ。
やれやれ。相変わらずの言葉遣いですね。もう少し雅やかにはできないものなのですか？
フリエンジェ、やろう、会いたかったぜ。
やめなさい、ムーンブリだ。それより離れなさい。
Strong woman.
なんだよ、冷たいな。幼なじみのあんたがエオルゼアに渡ってからは会うことも少なくなって寂しい思いをしてたんだぜ。それが突然お前の全てが欲しいって言ってきたから喜んで飛んできたってのに。
おいおい、隅に置けないな。
お待ちなさい。問題の解決にあなたの技術と知識の全てが必要、そう伝えただけではないですか。ともかく積もる話は後にすべき。今は何より眼前の障害を取り除くことが先決。この地に新たな神を下ろさせぬためにも。
ああ、そうだったな。何でも転送先のエーテライトが機能していなくて困っているようじゃないか。
ええ、そうなの。私たちが追っている異端者氷の巫女ことイゼルがスノークローク代表壁の最深部にあったエーテライトを用いてさらに西方へと逃亡。その後追撃を防ぐため転送先のエーテライトを破壊したと思われます。これによりこちらから転移することができなくなったわ。おそらく彼女は転送先でシワを召喚する準備をしている。イシュガルドの神殿騎士団が今も別のルートを探しているけれど、現在のところ発見には至っていないの。
なるほどね。転送先のエーテライトが破壊されたのか。ミンフィリア、念のために聞くが、転送元と転送先双方のエーテライトは少し前まで機能していたんだな。
ええ、測定したエーテルの流れから転移の成功を示していたとの報告を受けています。それにイゼルが転送するのを目撃した証人がここにいるわ。
うん、転送痕跡は残っているか。ならやり方はある。
本当なの？
ああ、転送先のエーテライトを強制的に再起動させりゃいいんだ。そもそもエーテライトっていうのは夜の海原で港の位置を知らせる灯台のようなものさ。 その明かりがなければエーテライト間の地脈の本流に流された時、出口を見つけ出せなくなっちまう。これが転送が機能していない状態だね。だからこちらから強制的に灯台を灯して出口を指し示す。転送先の地脈の結節点に向けて転送痕跡に沿って直接エーテルを流し込むってわけだ。
しかしそのためには
そんな密度のエーテルをどうやって？僕たちが協力すれば相応のエーテルは作り出せるかもしれない。ただ幾人もの術者が放つエーテルを一つにまとめ大きな流れにするとなると至難の業だぞ。
転送元のエーテライトが機能していない場合は私一人でなんとかなったけど、さすがに今回ばかりは。
そこで私が持ってきた白星石を使うのさ。これはアシエンほどの強大なエーテル界を封じ込めるために作った魔器。こいつにあんたらから放たれたエーテルを全て吸収させ、相応の量が溜まったらエーテライト経由で一気に流し込む。ただしこの白星石がエーテルを保持していられるのはごく短期間だけだからね。エーテルの封じ込めから放出まで現地でやるしかない。
ムーンブリダさんの考えてくれた方法以外に選択肢はないわね。先の転送からかなり時間が経過しています。転送痕跡が消えてしまう前に行動しましょ
んじゃ、善は急げだ。案内してくれ。
Oh boy. This sounds like it's not gonna be pleasant. Alright. Where are we gonna end up? I've already informed Alpinoto of our plan to recreate the beacon in the manner Monbrida described. He agreed that despite the inherent danger, it represents our only hope of success. He also said that he wished to meet with you at Snowcliff before proceeding. I expect you'll find him waiting for you there when you arrive. I want you to know that I appreciate everything you have done for on our behalf, so I have faith you will return to us, as you always have. Well, let's hope so. This sounds like a dangerous task. I think it'd be easier if I just lead through Mordona and just fly from the rest of the way. Well, you know what now? Oh, God. Flying my way to Snowcloak. This never ends. Alright. Alpinode. Good to see you, Cecila. I was starting to wonder if you were having second thoughts. Captain Ilbert sends his regards, by the way. He tends to the interrogation of Aileen Royale and will die even as we speak. Well, I shall not distract you from the matter at hand. We can discuss the Ivy upon your return. I trust that, by which I mean to say, the others are waiting for us at Aetheryte. After you, Scion. Great. There, it's ready. I think it worked. I think. Try to tune to the ether right now. Feel for the current and try to locate the beacon. We've done all we can, Sissa. For now, let us withdraw. When your final preparations are complete, you must seek out the beacon we have created. If by the grace of the 12 you arrive safely, you must stop Iceheart before she summons Shiva. You cannot ignore the possibility that our actions have alerted Iceheart to our plans. Should that be the case, she may attempt to hasten the completion of the summoning ritual. And if she succeeds, you'll have little choice but to face Shiva in battle. Knowing the little of the saint, I cannot say if your own strength will suffice, and I would encourage you to gather upon your allies. Some may have reservations about waging their lives on the success of Monbraida's experiment, but others will surely agree that desperate times call for desperate measures. Before you assemble your party, pray speak with that knight. I believe he has a message for you from Sir Aymeric. Or Aymeric. Madam, Sir Aymeric regrets that you could not be here in person and asks that I read this letter to you. Ishgard faces an unprecedented threat, yet in our hour of need, it is not her knights who stand poised to defend her. Cecil Rai, the warrior of light, savior of Eorzea, your deeds this day shall not be forgotten. Where others would flee, you choose to remain. Where others would falter, you rise to the challenge. Where others would use their gifts for selfish ends, you wield yours in service to a greater cause. May Halone bless you with good fortune and see you safely home. Thanks, Guy. I feel so appreciated. Alright, we're off to take on the final primal of A Realm Reborn. I still have to unlock Extreme Ramu. Well, it's unlocked. There's a quest that's associated with it, which I will do off video. Alright. Now I gotta wait for this. Oh, never mind. I don't have to wait at all. Love it. Oh, chat log, go away. Go away, chat log. There we go.
なぜ追ってきたのだ、光の戦士よ。我が望みは戦いの終結。そう言ったはず。やはり因果を断ち切るには力が必要か。ならば私が立ちはだかる者を倒そう。それが人々の希望であって。我らを救い祈るべき神がいないなら聖女にこそこの祈りを捧げよう。我が五体をよりしろにかつ融和をもたらした聖女の魂を呼び下ろそう。聖女シバよ、今こそ我が身によりて全ての争いに氷結の静寂を。
Oh boy, look at this thing. I'm not scared of your ice powers. Alright. Those who have taken up the sword shall perish by the sword. Let's deal with that. Hey, at least there's music this time around. The last two primal fights I did, there was no music because the game bugged out. Alright. I meant to read the dialogue with Shiva, but I was kind of too focused on the fight. Oh, cool, level up. Nice. Like I said, I'm not afraid of your ice.
聖女シバの力をもってしても、人々の希望は乗り越えられぬというのか。光の戦士よ、聞いてほしい。イシュガルドの民とドラゴン族との果てなき戦い。これは人が犯した罪の因果によるもの。それを今こそ断ち切らねばならない。この戦いはいつから続いているのか。その発端は何なのか。イシュガルドの民の誰もがその因果を知らぬまま、夢幻のごとき戦いにその身を投じる。彼らにとって信仰であり生き方そのものだから。 しかしこの戦いは凍てつく大地が見せる氷結の幻想などではない。人が罪を重ねて隠してきたまごうことなき真実。あなたなら聞くことができる。木薬の塔、始まりを知る源流からこの戦いの真相をあなたなら感じることができる。この世界の真理を。そしてあなたに考えてほしい。真実とは何かを超える力を持っているのならあなたにもできるはず。あとはあなた自身で聞いて
Familiar words.
感じて考えて。
And she's gone. Oh, good, look who's here, watching us over a distance, like the creep he is.
超える力を持
What's
つ
a different
者
one?
への神の憑依。万事上守備といったところか。ラハブレアの思惑通りに動いていることが気に食わんが、ゾディアーク様の命であることもまた事実。しばらくは様子を見させてもらうさ。
All right. Alright, 12, you're alive. I mean, of course you're alive. Why wouldn't you be? Iceheart did what? And you're certain about that? Divines are skilled with glamours, after all. Look, if you say that's what you saw, I believe you. It's just that I've never heard of a primal being summoned like that before. Are you sure that you're not injured? Head trauma has been known to cause hallucinations, you see. No? Fair enough, I was only asking. If you ask me, there's not a lot to be gained from mulling over the implications of your story in the freezing cold. Let's save it for the Rising Stones, eh? I'll get everyone else to meet us there. Before that, you'd best pay a visit to Wiper in front and speak with Alpha Node. He's probably worried sick about you. That, or he's busy playing politics with the Guardians. Either way, I'm sure he'll be delighted to see you hale and healthy. Speaking of which, you don't have a headache or anything, do you? No? Blurred vision? Oh, no reason. See you again soon. Excuse me? Lady! Alright, so I know who to blame if I start feeling not well. Alright, where you at? At the node. Where you at? You're in the tower, huh? There she is, and none worse for the wear. Was there any doubt that Warrior Light would succeed? I think I speak for us all when I say I should like nothing more than to hear the stirring tale of your victory, if you'd be so kind. Then we were too late to prevent the summoning, but not too late to prevent further loss of life, for an outcome worthy of celebration, and one for which we have Cecil to thank. Yes, you are right, of course, Sir Emmerich. We should be content with that we have accomplished. I, for one, could not wish for a better outcome. She was no longer a threat, and the heretics had been routed. Aye, there is the matter of Iceheart's escape, but she cannot run forever. Whether it takes days, weeks, moons, or even years, my knights will find her. In the meantime, Lord Drummond, is the caravan ready? The supplies that your men recovered have been prepared for transport in accordance with your wishes. Rest assured that my knights will see them safely to Revenant's Toll. Of that, I have no doubt. I take it these are the self-same supplies that the heretics stole from the House of Four Toms caravan? Less the crystals, which comprise the bulk of the shipment, yes. Scarcely a fraction of that which is promised, but a meaningful contribution to your cause all the same. On an unrelated note, Cecil, might I trouble you to accompany me to Captain Dragonhead at your earliest convenience? 'Tis not for my benefit. A certain lord was distressed when he learned of your intent to risk life and limb to stop Iceheart. It took half a dozen knights to restrain him, I'm told. Men will give vent to their anxieties in myriad ways. Pray do not think less of him. Alright, let's go give little Horsefant some time to benefits the assurance that we're alive and well. No, I fell off! Damn it. It'd be easy if I just teleport there. Fuck it. Alright, Horsefant. You can relax. What were you thinking, Cecil? Wagering your very being on a dubious theory in which might allow you to enter Iceheart's lair, knowing full well that you could have sufficient forewarned to complete her ritual to summon Shiva anyway. And then engage in the abomination of mortal combat by the fear itself, so 'tis the stuff of ballads, of battle of the ages, well that I had been hired to fight by your side. Yet here I was forced to wait, condemned to wonder of the fate of a dear friend for a veritable eternity. I would not wish such torture on my most hated enemy. But here you are now, and that is what truly matters. Let's move on. Sir Imeric wished to have words with you and Master Alphinaud in private. He awaits us in the intercessory. Alright. He's a little over dramatic, but I shall show you in at once.
万神シバの討滅感謝する。君が英雄と呼ばれる真の理由を思い知ったよ。今回異端者がシバを召喚したことでイシュガルドは初めて直接的に万神の脅威にさらされた。君たちの対応の速さに救われたが、討滅が遅れれば甚大な被害が出ていたことだろう。
万神の脅威という意味では乱神ガルーダの存在はどうだったのです？イクサル族はクルザスにも進出してきているはずだ。
我ら神殿騎士団やフォルタン家の騎兵団など前線に出る者の間ではイクサル撃つべしとの声は上がったよ。だが反して教皇庁は静観するという基本方針を固めた。グリダニアを敵視しているイクサル族よりも2つの要塞を陥落させコートに迫る状況であるドラゴン族をより大きな脅威と認識したのだろう。そういった意味では直接の危険が眼前に迫ったことで改めて万神の脅威を知ったのは我々にとっても幸運だった。これまで死闘を繰り広げてきた君たちに失礼な物言いであることは理解している。どうか許してもらいたい。しかし肌で恐怖を感じぬ限り人は考えを変えないもの。イシュガルドにとって万神シバの召喚は万神について考え直す契機となるだろう。
今回の例というわけではないが、今後も定期的に レブナンツトールに支援を続けることができるかもしれんぞ。アイメリク総長から教皇庁に直接掛け合っていただくことになったのでな。
イシュガルドにもゆとりがあるわけではない。できる範囲で物資の提供を約束しよう。
それはありがたい。開拓団の皆も喜びましょう。
先立って依頼した条件については破棄してくれて構わない。
いえ、源流ミドガルズ・オルムの監視はこのまま引き受けましょう。ドラゴン族が動き、クルザスが戦火に包まれれば隣接するモードゥナにも影響しかねないのでね。
それはありがたい。感謝する。
しかし引っかかる部分もある。本気で源流が生きていると考えているのですか？
教皇庁内でも意見は割れている。私としても半信半疑だ。先の会談でも述べたように、あくまで万一の備えに過ぎない。
万一の備え。なるほど、そういうことでしたか。源流の生死によらずレブナンツトールの発展はイシュガルドにとって損にはならない。モードゥナに残留する帝国軍をはじめクルザス南方からの脅威の盾に使える。
アイメリク様は決して。
私が教皇庁直属の神殿騎士団の総長の座に就いたのはここ最近になってからだ。生まれの身分で人生が左右されるイシュガルドにおいて大貴族ではない私がこの職に就くことは極めて異例でね。相応の対価を支払うことになった。だがそれもこれもイシュガルドの改革のためと歯を食いしばってきたからこそ。名門貴族と教皇庁の聖職者たちがレブナンツトールを盾にせよと言うなら、私はそれを利用して君たちを支援するまでだ。
それが政治というもの。
イシュガルドは1000年にわたるドラゴン族との戦いと第七霊祭によって疲弊している。私は異端者となる者が急増しているのも民の疲弊が原因の一つだと考えている。これはイシュガルドが抱える根源的な問題であり、扉を閉ざしていては改善は見込めない。イシュガルドを開国し他都市と協力してこそ霊祭復興、蛮神、帝国の脅威、そして異端問題に正面から取り組むことができる。そのためには教皇庁の改革が必要不可欠なのだ。我々の国は長い歴史を持つ。しかし若い世代には改革を望む者もいると君も覚えておいてほしい。
私たちの思いは同じということか。承知した、アイメリク卿。エオルゼアのためにお互いに尽力してまいりましょ
う。理解を感謝する、アルフィノ殿。この思いに向けて私がここまでやってこれたのは私個人の努力だけではなく、志を共にする多くの同胞がいてくれたからだ。今後のやりとりには彼女に出てもらうことも多くなるだろう。改めて紹介しよう。
神殿騎士団コマンドルキアという。自分もアイメリク総長と思いは同じ。イシュガルド、いやエオルゼアの未来を案じている。貴公らと手を取り合うことで双方の思いを実現できると信じている。それに過去の争いにこだわっていては未来は見えないからな。
ルキアについては私の命題と考えてくれていい。レブナンツトール開拓団への支援物資に関しても彼女が動いてくれている。イシュガルドの生まれではない異邦人だが、だからこそ信用できる存在だ。今後もよろしく頼みたい。そう、君たちに渡しておきたいものがある。オルシュファン卿。
は、ここに。
帝国軍の密偵についてここまで我々が調査していた情報だ。先にクリスタルブレイブから引き渡しを受けた商人を尋問し、得た情報も加えてある。情報の漏洩、物資の横流しの記録など、異端者とやり取りしていた証拠が一通り揃っている。そちらの調査にも有用だろう。どうか使ってほしい。
これは感謝します、アイメリク卿。
ガレマール帝国は我々の共通の敵だからね。
この先も双方のいい関係が続くよう私も努めていくとしよう。
Alright, good tidings all around. Oh boy. Okay, so this is a good place to stop. So when we come back, we will head off back to the Writhing Stones, it looks like it. Report our success and our other things, and we'll see where we go from there. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next part. Later.